All right, folks, it's 12:35. So if you could all take your seats, we could get going with the final part of today's meetup. So this section is about roundtable discussions, and we're going to switch it up a little bit from what we planned originally. So there's two roundtable discussion topics planned. One is on trusted AI, which will be led by Saurabh. And we have another section on ideas for ONNX 2.0 led by Prashant. So we were initially planning to do it simultaneously with one group on one side and the other group on the other, but we decided to switch it up, and we'll spend we have this room till 1 p.m. So we'll spend about 12 minutes on each topic, starting with trusted AI. So Saurabh will lead the discussion, and I have another mic so that everyone online can follow on as well. If you have questions, so this is meant to be an open discussion. If you have questions, I'll pass the mic along to you so you can ask your question, and so we can have this discussion. So, all right, so I'll pass it on to Saurabh for introducing trusted AI.
So this is going to be a textbook case of how informal we can get. We had a lot of formal conversations today. This as a community now, we need to get very, very informal. I hope my mic is working. Is it? Okay. And can the bridge hear us too, or can they participate in the? Okay. Gabe, are you on the bridge? Okay, seems like he is not. So he's the original author of the proposal also. So here is a thought going on, since the inception of ONNX, and we always wanted ONNX to be an open ecosystem, and it has been over a period of years have been differentiating against other ecosystems and has been able to pull and bring a whole community around it. And as it is proliferating and gaining adoption, it is seeing applications in all kinds of domains. Just today, I was talking to someone who was in the autonomous space, and they're using it for driving cars. ONNX as a model is being used in places where we never thought to begin with, and is being used in life-threatening situations. What does that mean? Now we need to really cover some of those scenarios where actual lives are at stake. It's not just a matter of us using biased data and proliferating biases. It's life-threatening also. Right? And in this day and age, if we do not do something about being responsible when we are working on AI, right? And in this age, we have to really exemplify what needs to be done for our future generations. And Prashant is going to cover a little bit more about what ONNX 2.0 is about, also where we want to take it. But this conversation that we're having around trusted AI is around how do we maintain provenance of a model, like how do we add metadata to an ONNX model, which shows sort of lineage of the model. Who's the creator of the model? Where did it come from? When we were fine-tuning a model, what were the assumptions there, right? Did the data that I was using, it had inherent biases around it, right? What are its corner cases? How do we really ensure that a model that is being used is also sustainable? Is it actually going to run in the most efficient manner, or are we going to run it in a manner where to which I mean I think is it's relic of the past. If you're running a model at full precision and achieving accuracy X, and the same model can be quantized, and maybe we can achieve higher accuracy also, because that tends to be the case sometimes, right? You have outliers, and when we quantize, we end up achieving higher accuracy with precision, right? So a lot of these techniques that in the past we used to think that we're going to sacrifice accuracy on, with the new techniques, that doesn't tend to be the case. So how do we really respect, some of these things of being responsible when we are creating these models inside ONNX? That's what this conversation is about. So some of the folks in the ONNX community have been working with another thought group. It is called Trusted AI. It is open for all of us to join. There are no restrictions around it. There is a LFAI, which ONNX is a part of. LFAI has something called Trusted AI Community. Right, so ONNX has opened a channel with the Trusted AI community. So there is a lot of researchers in the Trusted AI community, a lot of really domain experts. I don't see myself as a domain expert in the responsible AI. I just feel passionate about it. So we are leaning on them to help us define metadata. We have few researchers from Intel who are also equally passionate about. A few of them we can list them: Ria and Rodolfo. Gabe. I don't know if either of them have come back to the bridge or not. Okay, so they would be able to answer a little bit more details about what the proposal is about. I can give you a gist of it. We have identified list of metadata fields which we can add to it. As a community, we need to really ponder on those. These are going to be consequential for times to come. So we need to really be sure of what we're adding into these metadata fields. We need to be at a place where, like I had opened up a question earlier around Model Zoo and how do we raise the bar for the community to become more responsible. Right, so we'll probably talk a little bit more about that. How that there is something called RDF. I'm not again an expert in that domain. How do we make that format extendable for future? Some of the fields that are a must-have, like something around efficiency and sustainability, something around biases, and something around model provenance. And how do we really define those fields? That is a very high-level gist of what the concept is about. We are very early in the formative stage of things. We have some ideas from the ONNX and Trusted AI conversations. We have had, I think, around 3 conversations with them. We have settled down on the format. We can share those details with you on what it is about. And the next step has been to discuss with the PyTorch community and the PyTorch exporter how we can engage in that front. Because some of these things are not just an exporter aspect of it. It could be an all-layer change when you're training it. What are the things that a model, somebody who's training a model or somebody who's fine-tuning a model using an original framework, how would they be able to really maintain that in the all layer and exporting in ONNX with the right metadata. So these are the initial thoughts. I know I don't have the slides to really cover, nor am I the expert in it. But if you have any questions, I can probably try to answer at least. Any thoughts? Like, do you think it is actually, does it make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, that's the kind of motivation I submitted.
Let me get you the mic.
Yeah, actually, that's the motivation I submitted my proposal.
Okay.
Like Hugging Face Transformer library is extremely popular, right? But it generates additional files, configuration files, tokenizer, configuration or vocabulary files, etc. And then not just for additional fine tuning, even for inferencing, we need some of those parameters. So, but right now, ONNX standard doesn't have, specification on how to package them. So that's the kind of area. Just I'm looking to I propose it at the high level, but over the summer I'm looking to how to implement. So definitely I'm in touch to discuss more.
Awesome. Have you created a PR or is there an area of, is it in?
No, not yet. Like I just submitted a proposal, like
awesome.
Overhauling one of the field or proto info, but there, obviously other approaches. So, but that's definitely the motivation. I submitted that proposal.
Awesome. Thank you.
I think you briefly touched on this, but can you talk more about what the ultimate goal is? Like, is it, given that the stakes are higher than ever, is it more about preventing misuse or making sure that the usage is intended as the model was developed for? Like, like what's the ultimate goal that we want to get to with this trusted AI effort?
I think we want to be a bit pragmatic to things too, right? While passion is important, while being on that extreme end is also important. Like ONNX is eventually still, a standard. It's a format for representing models, right? We are not like really a certifying authority which can go into that extent. We have to be pragmatic about it, but that also means that being a model format, we can encourage its evolution to a place, right? By having such fields, we can encourage like, hey, make the, like you can always make a right choice. And this is a better choice for somebody to make for either sustainability or responsibility, right? Like there are models with inherent gender biases or ethnic biases in them. And how do we really make models that don't have those really be able to, somebody should be able to filter on them. Right, somebody should be able to say that this model is going to be better for us to deploy in the long run. Right now, I think that's where some of the challenges lie. So given being able to provide the choice is to me the first pragmatic goal to have. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Anything else? Awesome. I think we will, as a community, we will have a place where we should be able to collect more feedback also, and we should be able to provide more feedback on how our engagements with this trusted AI community is going on, and how the conversations with the PyTorch community is going on this front too. I think Aaron is here too, and we will be working together in this direction further. Okay. With that said, I'll invite Prashant to take us to the next one.